On November 14th, 2023, Voyager 1 suddenly fell silent, sending only a meaningless stream of binary data. It seemed the spacecraft, which had ventured beyond the solar system, was lost forever. The cause was a memory failure in its flight data system, FDS, risking permanent loss of communication. However, the team of scientists refused to give up and made a bold decision, reallocating the code to other areas of the probe's memory. The process began on April 18th, 2024, with great risk involved. The signal took 22.5 hours to reach Voyager, and the same amount of time was needed to receive a response. Each attempt was a step into the unknown. Just 2 days later, after months of intense work and anticipation, something incredible happened. Voyager 1 re-established contact. What extraordinary discoveries did the Voyagers make at the edge of the solar system? Why did this turn out to be so different from what scientists had imagined? And what was contained in the mysterious signal Voyager 1 sent after months of silence? In the late 1970s, a rare event occurred in the solar system, a planetary alignment that happens only once every 175 years. At that moment, the gas giants aligned on one side of the solar system, creating a unique opportunity to study them in a single mission. NASA seized this chance and launched Voyager 1 after its twin overtook Voyager 2, thanks to a more distant trajectory that allowed it to reach speeds of 38,000 miles per hour, compared to Voyager 2's 34,360 miles per hour. Just 13 days after launch, the probe captured a historic photo of Earth and the Moon from a distance of 7.2 million miles, becoming the symbol of the beginning of its grand journey. In 1979, both probes reached Jupiter, revealing its previously unknown rings and discovering 3 new moons, as well as capturing detailed images of its largest satellites. Ganymede was confirmed as the largest moon in the solar system, instead of Titan, which had previously been thought to be the largest. They also discovered Europa's surface, covered in smooth ice and cracks, giving rise to the hypothesis of a subsurface ocean, something we covered in another video. Additionally, scientists got their first close-up view of Jupiter's Great Red Spot, a centuries-old storm larger than Earth. Jupiter was just the first stage of their grand journey. Using its gravity for a speed boost, both probes reached Saturn in 1980 and 1981, marking a turning point in the Voyager mission. Initially, the mission was planned to last only 4 years, to study Jupiter and Saturn, but NASA designed the probe's trajectories to allow for the potential exploration of other planets. A key decision was the close approach to Titan, the only moon in the solar system with a dense atmosphere. Eventually, Voyager 1 was directed toward Titan, sacrificing its ability to continue the journey, while Voyager 2 was sent onward to Uranus and Neptune. The probes delivered detailed images of Saturn and its rings, revealing that they consist of hundreds of narrow, intricately structured rings. 4 new moons were also discovered, with Mimas being a particular interest, dotted with many craters, including the massive Herschel crater, making the moon resemble the Death Star from Star Wars. Titan, however, harbored an unpleasant surprise. Its opaque atmosphere prevented the discovery of its surface mysteries, but analysis showed that its temperature was close to the triple point, where methane behaves similarly to water on Earth. After Saturn, the paths of the 2 probes diverged forever. Saturn's gravity significantly accelerated Voyager 1, altering its trajectory and making it the fastest spacecraft in history, while Voyager 2 continued its planetary tour, heading for Uranus. It reached Uranus in January 1986, coming within 50,600 miles of its surface. Scientists were surprised to find that Uranus was vastly different from Jupiter and Saturn. While the gas giants are composed of 90% hydrogen and helium, Uranus contains these elements only in its atmosphere. Beneath lies an ocean of water, ammonia, methane, and hydrogen sulfide with a core of rock and ice at the planet's center. Later, planets of this type were given the name ice giants. Uranus also turned out to be the coldest planet in the solar system, even colder than Neptune. After its Uranus mission, Voyager 2 moved on to its final target, Neptune, reaching the 8th and most distant planet in the solar system in August 1989. It remains the only spacecraft to have visited Neptune. On August 25, 1989, Voyager 2 captured the first detailed images of Neptune, completing its grand tour. Meanwhile, Voyager 1 remained silent after its Saturn mission, with many of its instruments being turned off. However, on February 14, 1990, from a distance of 3.72 billion miles, it captured the iconic image of Earth as a tiny pale blue dot, one of the last photos taken by Voyager 1, before both probes' cameras were permanently shut down. Afterward, the two travelers entered a long period of calm, lasting more than a decade until August 25, 2012, when Voyager 1's instruments recorded a sharp drop in charged particles emitted by the Sun, along with an increase in galactic cosmic rays. This meant the spacecraft had finally crossed the boundary of the solar system, entering interstellar space, where interstellar cosmic radiation dominates. Voyager 2 crossed the same boundary in November 2018. The heliosphere, the unique bubble created by solar wind, extends about 11 billion miles from the Sun and ends at the heliopause, the boundary between the heliosphere and the interstellar medium. The Voyager probes were the first to cross this boundary and exit the solar system, sparking widespread scientific interest. The main discovery was that the solar wind does not gradually weaken, as previously thought, but instead reaches a sharp boundary beyond which it ceases. Additionally, the heliosphere has a distorted shape, resembling a sphere on one side and a long tail on the other. In 2022, however, Voyager 1 transmitted a mysterious signal while 14.6 billion miles from Earth. It began transmitting chaotic data about its position, sequences of zeros, and the number 377. This signal puzzled scientists, but it was soon discovered that it was related to a malfunction in the spacecraft's altitude control system, likely caused by cosmic radiation. Despite this, it was still possible to control the spacecraft manually. Then, in November 2023, Voyager 1 fell silent again for 5 months due to a chip code error. To fix the problem, the team decided to reallocate the code to other sections of the probe's memory. This process began on April 18, 2024, with the challenging task of waiting 22.5 hours for each response. After weeks of exhausting attempts, a new signal was finally detected on April 20th, 2024. It was an intelligible code, but it quickly became clear that the message was more than a simple technical response. The signal transmitted by Voyager 1 contained an unexpected pattern, almost resembling a sequence of symbols. Initially, scientists hesitated, unable to understand its origin. Some speculated it could be a more complex system failure, but something in its algorithms suggested an intentional order. Upon analyzing the data thoroughly, they discovered that the code was not random. It seemed to represent a kind of geometric language, with patterns of light pulses and shadows resembling constellations and star maps previously unknown. And most fascinating of all, the coordinates the signal pointed to seemed to indicate a region of space far beyond current human observation capacity, where no known objects had been registered. This enigma caused scientists to rethink everything they knew about the mission and Voyager 1 itself. The spacecraft, originally designed as a simple messenger carrying sounds and images of Earth to the vast cosmos, was now transmitting something far deeper. A message from a frontier, not only physical, but from an unknown field of science. In a historic meeting, NASA engineers, now with their eyes fixed on the screen, began to speculate. Could it be that Voyager 1 had discovered a form of communication beyond our understanding? The truth, as they would later discover, was that the signal was not just a malfunction or a cosmic radiation accident. It was the first manifestation of a completely new phenomenon. Voyager 1 had not only crossed the boundary of the solar system, it had become a witness to something beyond, something scientists were still trying to understand, but which promised to rewrite our understanding of the cosmos. In 2030, when the probe completed 53 years of its journey, the last transmission was recorded. In it, a clear and simple message appeared: I continue onward. Voyager 1 continued its journey through the universe, now with an even grander mission. Not only to explore space, but to carry humanity to the very limits of the unknown. With each new signal, the spacecraft was more than a relic of Earth. It became the symbol of our relentless search for answers, knowledge, and connection with the vast and mysterious universe. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to this channel to receive more videos like this. Activate the notification bell and don't forget to hit the like button. See you next time, astronauts.